would you look at that?
What's up?
And just like that, we're back. Seems like no time off at all.
They waited 2 years, didn't wait 2 days.
Exactly. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Mike is here. Garrett is also here. Hello,
Howdy.
Garrett. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Anytime.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I hope people understand that there's a whole series of shit going on over here, and it is, I'm not married. I don't have children. I'm lucky. My mom flew to town. She was supposed to go to Florida with some hens,
Yeah.
so her and then just.
So you're just saving her from a nice warm vacation?
Yeah, no, they canceled, and so she got stuck with a ticket that had to be used by this month. And she's like, I was thinking about maybe coming out and giving you a hand with organizing, kind of the construction that's going on in 3 bathrooms at once.
Oh, she was out there acting
living.
like a foreman when I saw her.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, yes, please come out here. Because it's just me and Cece, and I'm a shit show. And I get frazzled easy, and I get stumped on questions. And if I don't have interest in something, I just don't do it.
Yeah.
I just bury my head.
I'm the same way.
It's a horrible trait that I have. And I've had it since I was a toddler. Like, and maybe at some point it's like, would you fucking grow up and you got to handle something? And I try my best to do that, but it's not easy for me. And so I hope you all understand there have been countless meetings, and we're trying to rush 2 months of decision-making and planning into a week. While I've got my mom here to kind of go, what do you think?
You have a second opinion.
Well, I have a second opinion, and really the only valid opinion. Let's be honest. So please, and next week, so if you've never been to my house, which most of you have not, but plenty of you have, it's a great house. I love the layout. It's good size, all that. But they renovated this place in like the 80s or maybe part in the 90s. It has a popcorn ceiling. It was when I moved in, it had pink tile everywhere.
Yeah, I saw some of that in the kitchen.
Yeah, teal blue carpet. Like this dude must have been a giant cokehead Miami Vice fan. That's all I could figure. The tile had dolphins on it, baby blue and pink. Horrid. And golden oak everywhere. Everything had to be redone. And so when I first moved into this place, I did quite a bit, but it was like, I'll deal with the kitchens and bathroom later.
Yeah, the big stuff a little bit later on.
Yeah, those are big things, but there was so much like dog shit stains all over a teal blue carpet. It was like, okay, this has to go. We got to get these wood floors back, finish them, poly them, sand and poly, like the whole thing. So and then I lose my job at Riff, and it's like, holy shit, now the money stops coming in, and it just kind of froze everything
figure it out
for a decade. And now it's like, okay, depending on what I'm going to do, we've got to get this stuff organized. And so I've had multiple crews over here, estimates going on, meetings galore, and it's something that I can't do what I need to do during the afternoon, during the day. It's just, and so the point is that, the guys are telling me like, yeah, that popcorn ceiling is probably asbestos. And
Most likely.
the guy starts Monday that's taking all that down and redoing and painting everything. So, and Friday starts the demolition on the kitchen, living and dining, which is basically, it's a slab, so it's not that big a deal, but all that tile,
that Pepto-Bismol
pink, and the carpet, all gone. I've already got the tile that he's going to lay. It's beautiful, all that. But that's all. So please, and the reason I'm telling you all this, not that this is anyone's business, but it's not that I don't want to be down here doing the show. There's nothing I'd rather be than sitting down here with Garrett, hopefully soon with Raj as well, and doing this show. It's the most fun I have all day. I mean that sincerely, but there's shit going on here that it's going to be loud, it's going to be dusty, it's going to be poisonous. I don't want Garrett here.
Sounds like my work.
Yeah, right. I don't need to add to that. And with me, with my voice, what's going on, like I don't need it. And so it very well could be that starting next week, there's a couple days that it's just like, we can't be in here. I don't want Cece in here. I don't want my mom in here.
Yeah, not with asbestos.
So I might not be staying here. So, the good thing is these guys are like in and out in a week. Painter's done in 3 days. The tile guy, it's like a week demo, and then it kind of settles.
Yep.
So next week's going to be kind of a shit show. So just bear with us. But I posted on Facebook yesterday. I was like, Garrett and I will do a show tonight, and then you and Ian and I will do a show tomorrow.
We'll get something in.
We'll get something in, but bear with me. I have not forgotten about you members. I was able to do one.
The Stephen Lynch.
The Stephen Lynch one, which I don't know if someone goes, hey, dickhead, you put a Stephen Lynch interview in there 2 months ago. And it's like, I know. He's so good, and he's doing different songs. To me, it's awesome, and I saw it, and I was like...
And it's still funny. It holds up today.
It does. It really does. It's kind of a weird one, though. Like, what I've been doing is, I call it Drew and Mike Pause, and members get access to that, and it's high definition, best of Drew and Mike shit. And I pause it from time to time to give my input on what I remember about the bit or the interview or whatever. But it's kind of weird. Usually... we would have an interview with Stephen Lynch, and Mark Tyke came in as well. And we would talk to them for a half hour, 45 minutes, hour, whatever it was. They'd play a few songs, and then we'd go to break. But it ended so weird to me.
Yeah,
because
I heard that.
Drew's like, all right, fuck off.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. We're
And even he was like, oh, you're not going anywhere. No, okay.
No break? Okay. Well, see you later. They must have felt like used and kicked to the curb. You know, it was kind of wild. But I'm really enjoying hearing some of that old stuff and blah, blah, blah. Also, an update. I've been talking to Bentley, been texting with him. And so we're going to get he and Brandon over here.
I hear they're getting a day off every week now.
Yeah, I heard that, which is smart.
Yeah,
it's good. You know, I made a post on Facebook as well. Someone was like, hey, Drew's taking your model and only doing 4 days a week. And I was like, be grateful.
Yeah.
Like, people don't understand probably, because I know everyone goes, ooh, he was working 15 hours a week. Must be tough. And while there's some validity to that, like, this isn't laborious.
It doesn't factor in the research that goes into each episode.
And if you know Drew like I do, I'll tell you guys, like, I know lots of hardworking people. I know tons of them, and some of them are laborers, and they can go all day and work their ass off. Drew is a machine. Drew does not stop. Drew's day does not stop when he goes off the air. It doesn't start before he goes on the air. Like, he preps. And when you're doing something like this, like, it's never, and you're probably starting to realize that, like, thinking more when you read a story, like, is there something here that could be used on the show?
I've actually been paying attention.
Exactly.
I used to just let the show tell me what the news is.
And you can't shut that off. And it gets worse. And so I watched Drew. I learned from his mastery of it. But the downside to that is you don't really have a normal life, because it comes first, because it's not a job where it's like, I'm dealing with fire extinguishers today, and that's my job. And then I leave that at work, and then I go home.
That's the best part about my job, I think.
Exactly. And there's a lot of people like that they park their job where it is. The problem with this job, and why so many of us don't have kids, so many of us aren't married, it's like you're married to that job in a different way. In that you are constantly thinking, because there's an audience, that you need to live up to their expectations, that you need to deliver for them. That's never lost from your mind. So you can't hang it up when we shut off the mics.
Oh, yeah.
For the most part.
No, they're already giving us shit.
Are they?
Yeah, look at the comments rolling. It's part-time shows back. Thank you, Anthony Tincher. Get a room with Drew already.
Yeah.
Same guy. And then Stir Crazy said, we get it. About the less shows per week, but you're still going to get shit for it.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? That's fair. I understand that. And if you're
dad just said swingers.
Swingers.
Yep.
I'm liking your dad more and more. But for someone like Drew, don't think for a second he's not working around the clock. The way he preps, the way I try to prep, I try to emulate him. He's a tireless worker, and if that dude can get, there's a difference between being at a radio station and having obligations there versus here. And this is the ultimate breakup fight that Jay and I got into.
Yeah.
Because Jay wanted to take it down to 3 days a week instead of 5, which we were doing.
Yeah.
And his justification was, look, we can get all of our sponsors in, all of our reads in there. And he had another life completely. Yeah. And I was like, fuck that. I don't want to do that.
I was going to say, Jay's coming from a spot where he does have a job. We kind of get it. But he's also got an obligation to the fans. And,
and so that was ultimately like, it was like, fuck this, man. I don't want to do that. It felt like a loss to me in some ways. And so, Jay may have different feelings on it, but it is what it is. But for Drew doing that many hours that he does in days, And as long as he's done it, and believe me, he doesn't have to do it, be grateful
Yeah.
that the guy's still fired up. I know he's getting new equipment. So that dude's in for a while.
Oh, yeah.
So
He's not joining any radio stations anytime soon.
No, I don't see him doing that. So anyway, I don't know why I got off on a tangent on that, but it reminded me when you said that I know people are like, what the fuck, man, this is bullshit.
You got a lot of pussy old man comments.
Yeah,
from our
I'm
camp.
sure. It's different too, running your business. You know, he's running a business over there, and so I run a very unsuccessful business.
He's running the #1 podcast in the Detroit area, according to a magazine I picked up in a bar in Ferndale.
There you go. Fashionable Ferndale.
Yep.
Yeah, he definitely is, and he's earned that. So, anyways, there has been a lot going on in the world. How have you been, Garrett? I haven't even
Just
said
working.
Hello. Yeah,
Just work. That's all I do. I work, go home, relax a little bit.
not on
go
the
sleep.
weekends.
No, but usually I'm just sitting around on the weekends.
Yeah.
I
Are you still doing video games?
Oh, yeah. All the time. I love my little video games.
What system are you using?
Computer. I'm a PC player.
Ah, boy.
Yep. I'm one of those nerds. I built my computer and everything.
Did you really?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
I was on the phone with one of my nerd friends just screaming, basically, like, I don't know what this fucking screw does. And he's like, don't put that in wrong. It will break everything. So I'm like, right, there's the pressure.
Yeah. That's how I feel about everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to turn on a light switch.
I'm the same way
it's
now.
going to flip and it's going to break out the whole house. Yeah, you guys are another level, man. The video game. What video games are you into right now?
Currently, it's Apex Legends and Rush. There's only probably 2 people in here who know what that is, but they're very competitive.
Yeah, I was listening. It's funny. I was listening to a conversation with it was Rogan and what's his name? Dan Soder.
Okay.
And dude, I had no idea how into video games Dan Soder was.
Yeah.
Like that motherfucker. Next level, just the amount of
I used to be like that.
detail.
Nowadays, it's mostly just relaxing and trying to piss off people.
Yeah. Oh, because you're doing the online.
Yeah, I just do it online. And I'm one of those players where it's like, it's a video game. I don't care that much, but other players really care. And I used to care, but
yeah.
nowadays,
Well, you're getting
it's
older.
just- yeah,
More
I'm
mature,
getting a little
Garrett.
older. I come home from work. I got 2 hours before bed. All right. I want to, then I got to eat dinner. So it's like, I got an hour here. All right. Let me just have fun with it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
It's
my
good.
hobby.
Yeah, having an outlet to do stuff is great. But we did have Super Tuesday yesterday, and it went exactly as I thought it would go.
shit show.
Trump dominated on his end. Biden dominated on his end. The news is
Nikki Haley still
Nikki
is
Haley.
grabbing on for anything.
She is, but she's dropping out now.
Yeah.
And it's like, good. She should have dropped out a long time ago. I don't know what the point was to all that.
No.
So
She should have gotten out with Vivek and everyone else.
Yeah,
They all got around the
exactly.
same time. They're like, okay, Trump's taking it. The best I can do is hope I get VP.
Yeah, or she was in his fucking cabinet.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't. These people are so weird, and she's hanging in. Like, for those that don't like Trump and don't like Biden, it's like, yeah, we all agree.
Yeah.
Most people don't like Trump or Biden, but they don't like you either, Nikki.
Well, I think a lot of them are also forgetting the point that Trump's not I'm going to say he's not the brightest guy, right? If you just say whatever you can to him nicely, he'll probably go with whatever your idea is.
whoever he spoke to.
So, like,
last.
left or right, like, that's why Kanye West was able to sit down with him and get prison reform done, because he just talked to him.
Dude, Jay and I used to talk about it. You probably remember all the time. It was like, if you just walk in there and kind of kiss the ring a little bit, you can get all the shit done you want. He'll work with liberals. He'll work with Democrats.
Hey, I got the best policy.
Yeah, got it done. We're letting blacks out at record rate. He'd
No
say
more weed charge.
He'd say something stupid and kind of like make people go, huh? But it would have been a lot better route to
Black Kanye West. That's how he always says it.
Black, he's great. Kanye, he's one of my favorite.
One of my
people.
favorite guys. Black
He's
guy.
awesome.
He always points it out.
He's black. He's very, very black and very, very bright. One of the brightest
His wife,
guys I
biggest
know.
ass I've ever seen.
Yeah, giant ass on his wife, gorgeous, perfect set of titties. But he's black. Did I mention he's black?
I have black friends.
Yeah, but if you actually cared about getting something done for constituencies, they don't though.
No,
that's not. They want to say that and they want to act like the only reason we can't get it done is because dickhead over here.
They
won't
want
let
their
us.
next campaign to ad to be the one like,
Exactly.
I didn't go with Trump on this policy.
Yeah.
It's like, if you did, though, you probably could have gotten away with every one of your policies.
Exactly.
But you didn't care that much.
No, and you're seeing it play out in real time with Biden with the border
Yep.
right now. He's blaming Trump, who's not even like, dude, what are you fucking kidding me? How about you turned off the light switch when you walked into the office? How about you just turn it back on?
Yep.
It's not perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better than what you got going on right now. And but no, we'd rather point the finger at everybody like, oh yeah, we would have been all over this if not for Trump.
No, he said Trump called up his Republican constituents and had him block the bill.
Vote against it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Like he still has that kind of power.
Exactly. It's nonsensical. I think most reasonable people see through it for what it is. And oh wow, now it's an issue in an election year. Shocking.
Suddenly.
Get ready for a lot of that bullshit where all of a sudden people start getting more common sensey, a little more middle of the road because they know they need to pick up a boatload of votes from regular people, not just wacky alt-right or alt-left people.
You can't stick to one side or the other.
No.
It's never going to win.
No. So the Koch networks, so the Koch brothers, Americans for Prosperity dropped funding for Nikki Haley after her fourth primary loss. What I will tell you is that I have serious concerns about Donald Trump. I have more serious concerns about Joe Biden. So she doesn't know who she's going to side with or whatever, throw her. I don't even know that it matters. And honestly, Nikki, really, as a conservative, you don't know which way you're going to go.
You know which way you're
Biden or
going.
Trump, stop it. Stop it. We all see through it. So at least that is coming to an end. As far as the stories I read, it should be today that she announces she's withdrawing.
Nikki Haley's going wherever Raytheon tells her to.
Yeah. Exactly. Wherever the war money
Wherever
is.
Boeing is, that's where she's at.
BlackRock, Boeing, whatever.
Yeah, name a company. Insert.
Yeah, insert
AM General.
global
Insert.
trillion-dollar fucking monstrosity here that wants to fund global wars.
I know my brother's an engineering student. I keep just sending him like little jokes, just like, "Hey, Boeing's hiring.
Yeah.
You want to make some money real quick?"
Exactly, and he could.
We're in two different fronts right now.
I was happy to see, and also just to wrap up Nikki Haley, like it's so you could see it coming from a mile away. She won. She did win Vermont, and there's just a few thousand people that voted.
Yeah.
So whatever. I don't. Who cares? And she won DC.
Yeah.
And it's like, you mean
the most neocon area?
Yeah, exactly. Neocon, better than the rest of the country, voting 94%.
Lifelong politicians.
Yes, the whole thing. And it's like, of course, that city is voting 94% for Hillary Clinton. Every other state, it's like 49 to 51. The most you'll get is 47 to 53. And then, boom, Washington, D.C., 94% for one person. It's ridiculous. So, of course, they ran with Nikki Haley.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want anything to do with Trump. And Biden's a shit show. But
I'm trying to remember which state it was, but she lost to other.
Did she really?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly which state it was.
From yesterday? From last night?
From whenever it was when she was going around doing their little state, like the Ohio caucus and stuff. One of the caucuses, she
Iowa.
lost to other. And Trump wasn't on the ballot, so he didn't even get voted.
Yeah.
So it was like other than Nikki Haley.
That's excellent. By the way, while we were not here, it came out that the Supreme Court ruled that Trump can't stay on the ballot, that the states have no say in, the funniest thing about that, if you weren't paying attention, and I'm sorry, I'm sure most of you have, but this idea that he was never charged or convicted, they didn't even charge him with insurrection. No. Yet you get these fucking super libtard areas where one person or one board is going to be like, no, he's an insurrectionist. We can't have him on the ballot. And then you get all these talking head shitbags on the news, on these, MSNBC or CNN. They're hilarious. Yeah. They ginned all their listeners and viewers up to believe
that it was the most violent insurrection of all time. With
and
no weapons.
That this is good law. This is going to stand up. You know what? Trump's not going to be allowed on Colorado's ballot or Maine's or Illinois. And it's like anybody with half a fucking brain went, yeah, right.
Yeah, they weren't voting for him
That's
anyways.
going to be overturned. No, they weren't. And I saw people saying that too. Like, who gives a shit what Illinois does? But the fact is that was never going to hold up under scrutiny with a legitimate court. And the fact that it was 9-0 says everything. And to watch liberals flip out over Kagan Sotomayor and Ketanji Jackson Brown or whatever voting that way, it's like, and sometimes the Republicans, the stronghold Republican court, votes the way Republicans can't fucking stand because they're going by the letter, they're going by the law.
Yeah, the judicial branch is just straight up what's in the Constitution.
Exactly, which is why Obamacare was voted through.
Yep.
They and Republicans gin themselves up into believing, hey, we've got a majority in the court, they're going to overturn this, and it's like, no. So anyway, Trump will stay on the ballot. That's good news. The other good news I thought from yesterday that we saw, I was happy about anyways, was a major pivot from voters in San Francisco.
Finally tired of the homeless people?
Yeah, a little bit tired of the
so.
crime.
I'd be.
Yeah, you would be. If you walked around there, you'd find it rather disgusting. You really would. So a number of ballot measures meant to rein in crime and drug use overwhelmingly won the vote. San Franciscans voted in favor of two measures, measures E and F, which will expand some police powers in the city, require drug screenings for welfare. I think we did that story. Prop E will make it easier for cops to pursue suspects. That's great when someone just runs and you can't chase them. Brilliant.
Yeah. You let him go. We got his plates. I'm like, okay, cool, because he's not going to... He hasn't stolen plates before.
Right.
He's not in a stolen vehicle.
Right. If he's even got plates on the car.
Well, 9 times out of 10, when they're like, "Oh, you got his," like, you'll see these comments come up like, "You got his plates. Just fucking let him run. Don't put people in danger." I'm like, he's probably in a stolen car. He's committing crimes.
Exactly.
You're gonna arrest like fucking Joe Schmo down the street.
Yeah. Who had his car stolen?
Yeah, he lost his car and now he's in cuffs.
Yeah. Or they've just swapped plates
on
a car, and it's like you're looking for a
2 screws.
Chevy Malibu with exactly 2 screws. Change the plate and.
Grab a common car.
These criminals aren't stupid.
No.
They're criminals, but they're not stupid. And that's something I would do. Pull off a crime using my car and my plates. Criminals know better.
Criminals know better.
They're not that dumb. The ones you will really want to stop anyways. So Prop E, make it easier to pursue, provide the force with new cameras and drones, meant to make the daily job of fighting crime easier and more effective. See how that works. Prop F is designed to help adults by telling them, look, you need to pass drug tests and you need to get some counseling.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect, but, Mayor London Breed backed each of these members, and I like to think that a Democrat, first black female mayor of San Francisco, is listening to the people and not just giving words to this, that she's actually hearing them and going, these people do not want less cops. They don't want people shitting on their sidewalks. They don't want crime everywhere, and
especially
nobody
the
stops
small
it.
business scene down there. It's got to be a fucking disaster.
And losing a lot of big businesses.
Yeah.
And, they can act like, because I know a lot of San Franciscans, and a lot of them act like, oh, we're the 7th biggest economy on planet Earth. We're fine. Who cares if Tesla
It's not that bad. I just have to
if IBM
put
leaves?
a sign in my window saying, "Don't steal my stuff."
Yeah, right. Well, people do care.
Yeah.
And you don't want a lot of big, giant corporations leaving your area. That's where they're at, and you want to keep them. You want to keep them happy. And it's not good to have Tesla go to Texas for them, or IBM to fucking mosey out of town, or any of those other major
big
companies.
money-making companies.
Yes. So London Breed says she pivoted back from her extreme progressive positions, including defunding the police, which she was all in favor of, with her re-election widely thought to be like, you better fucking come a little more center or you're going to be bounced. It's clear that people want to see changes around public safety. What's exciting about this for me is I get the kind of tools I need to continue the work we're doing. She thanked voters for passing the measures. Spokesperson for Breed said the election results indicate residents are fed up and want more action to address crime. Duh. I don't know anybody outside of criminals who want more crime, honestly. And if you think that's a major voting constituency for you, you're wrong.
Yeah, I don't think that's too out of the realm of possibilities.
No. Over the last few years, the city's policy swung too far to the left. Now it's time to send a message that San Francisco is closed to criminals and brazen theft will not be tolerated. That's quite a 180 in an election year.
A big 180.
To be saying that. They have not been saying that for very long.
No, it used to just be, they're protesters. They're not committing crimes. They're just expressing themselves.
Yeah. And the normal people, have wanted that, I think, for a while. But the normal people that are against these measures are saying the same thing. It's going to harm marginalized communities.
Okay.
Okay.
And?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, maybe if your marginalized community is the problem, let's start working on your community a little bit. Yeah. Let's get you guys going.
Makes more sense. Cops tend to hang out where the problems are.
Yeah.
That's where they're best utilized, and I think that's fair for all of us. I think we all understand.
Well, they're all in for letting the government help their community, but they won't help each other out. You don't see that too often.
No. And but it's nice to see them fed up with all of it across the board. There was another thing that might get shot down. They were trying to sneak this through.
Uh-oh.
They wanted to quietly.
It's in the bottom of the bill. It was
Yeah.
a little subtext.
Yeah. And dude, I got to tell you, John Fetterman, as oafish as that dude is and semi-retarded as that guy appears to be at all times, he's the only one that's been making some sense lately.
That's surprising.
Yeah, it's very surprising. But even he was getting pushback on this one. So the House was set to approve a spending bill that, as of Tuesday, would earmark $1 million in taxpayer money towards a Philadelphia-based Alphabet group that hosts a monthly bondage, discipline, sadism, masochism fetish party.
You don't need $1 million for that.
No, I wouldn't think so. And if you want to do that, fine. I have no problem.
Yeah, do it. Go ahead.
Have your party.
Why do I have to pay for it?
I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, I don't want to pay for it.
You know what I
either.
mean? Like, I might throw a party in my backyard this summer. I don't expect the taxpayers to
No.
pay for that, right?
It's like barbecue at my house. Government's paying.
Yeah. William Way, LGBT Community Center, popularly known as, what do you think they would call the William Way? What would be a good nickname for the William Way gay
I was going to go with the
facility?
Willie Wayers.
Willie Wayers would be good. That's not bad. They went with Way Gay.
That's not bad.
That's not bad either.
They are
William
Way
Way Gay. That's what it's known as. So if you're a Philadelphian,
See, I would have went with the Willie side of it.
yeah, that's not bad. Willie Way Gay would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you could combine the two.
His name's already. It's the Willie Way.
The Willie Way, yeah, and it's Way Gay.
Yep.
However, following some pushback from critics, both Casey, that would be Senator Bob Casey, Senator John Fetterman, Representative Brendan Doyle, these are all Democrats from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So they were getting a lot of shit like, do you know what's in this fucking bill?
Yeah.
We're giving $1 million to have BDSM parties and fetish parties. Like, what the fuck? So Casey and Fetterman requested the Senate Committee on Appropriations remove the earmark from the spending package. So late last night, Advancing American Freedom Policy Director John Shelton took to X to expose some of the details. So
Good.
that guy throws that out on X and is like, This week, the GOP-controlled House will affirmatively vote to send $1 million of your dollars to a Alphabet Center known as Waygay that serves as the venue for monthly BDSM party known as the Aviary, infamous for being Philly's longest-running kink and fetish party.
Good for them. Why am I paying for it?
Yeah, this is Philly's version of the Jacks.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
It's always the same and always different. There's always a bunch
I had 'em
of naked
ready.
guys having a wonderful time together.
Don't worry, though. According to their website, genitals and anuses must remain covered in non-play areas. Sure. Yeah. And I wonder what happens. Do you shame them if someone pulls their anus out and their genitals?
No. We don't want to shame anybody. We don't want to put anybody on the spot. If it looks funny, we go over and say, mm-mm.
Oh, thank you, Jerry.
Oh, okay. So
Glad he's
if
weighing in
someone's
on this.
pulling their cock and balls out, spreading their butt cheeks and showing their anuses, we don't go, hey, put your cock and balls away.
Shame.
Shame. No. We go over and we just tell them, which is fair. But I don't know if I'm comfortable as I am with just about everything.
Yeah.
I find humor in most of it. But I don't know that I'm totally comfortable with the San Francisco Jacks being like mainstream.
No, they shouldn't be.
Like,
I think it
I
should
like
be-
them being where they are.
It
You know
should
what
be
I mean?
a couple guys in an unmarked building just kind of doing their thing in the corner.
Exactly.
No government payments.
If you're in the right space, that's fine. Sure.
What is it, like $10 at the door? Like that's how they pay
Seven.
for it all? $7. at the door.
$7.
Yep, and that's how
Yeah.
they pay for it.
Yeah. And I don't know that they got a bunch of freebies, but they do have, when you go into the Jack's building, they have little cubicles. So
Yeah.
you disrobe and you get your thing and then you carry your tag.
Yeah.
And I don't know where they hold it.
No, between the cheeks.
Is that probably the best
I'm assuming.
way? Yeah. I asked Eric that. He couldn't remember what he did with his.
His was up in there.
Yeah, probably deep in there. He had to have one of the Jacks fishing out
Yep.
for him. I think that's
I
how
got it
went.
stuck.
God damn it, it's stuck in my anus again. I don't mean to have my anus displayed in a non-play room, but I got the number tag thing stuck up there again.
We are a historical phenomenon.
I just love that one.
Yeah. They are a historical phenomenon. According to its website, the Aviary, A-V-I-A-R-Y, Aviary,
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
it's an improvisational, interactive theater night focusing on ontological deconstruction of the political theory concepts of contract and domination.
That's a lot of
nerds.
for metaphysics. That's what ontology means. I was like, what the fuck does ontology mean?
Yeah,
relating
okay.
to the branch of metaphysics dealing with nature of being.
You got that quick, dude.
I just had to look. I didn't even know what that word was. I'm like,
Yeah,
"What is
no,
this?"
me
Before I
either.
say anything, I want to know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was going to ask
So
you,
apparently
like,
they're
what's
dealing with-
ontology?
Apparently, they're dealing with the metaphysics of nature and being.
Okay, all right. The aviary often utilizes concepts that involve fetish as well as BDSM. In addition to the rule regarding cocks and balls and anuses, the website also lists several other rules of play, including the dungeon monitors or DMs.
Oh man,
And their word is final.
I played a lot of D&D. I don't want that to be DM.
DM.
That's
yeah.
usually your dungeon master. That's like your D&D
Yeah.
tag.
These aren't the kind you want someone slipping into. Your
different kind of
DMs.
leather.
They've got people slipping into their DMs, and they're fine with that.
They're slipping into more than DMs.
Yeah, a lot more. So those are the dungeon monitors or the dungeon masters.
All right.
And their word is final.
And they're playing D&D.
So if they're like, hey, yeah, put that cock and ball set away. I see it. I see your anus, sir. Put it away. Their
that
law
brown?
in there.
I see brown.
I see brown spider. Put it away. So they're probably letting a lot go, but they're also very
They're letting it all go.
probably, at least in the write-up,
Yeah.
so they don't get the building condemned. You know.
Yeah.
So
At least when the inspectors are by.
yeah, exactly. Oh no, we've got our DMs on the job. They're keeping.
I've seen what they do in pride parades. I can only imagine what they do inside of a building with BDSM stuff.
Yeah, and blacked out windows.
And blacked out windows.
Yeah, I imagine it's a shit show in there, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
And so, but they at least try to give the illusion, hey, we're out here making sure no anuses are on display and no genitalia. The organizers and the venue take no responsibility for any injury. So if you get dick slapped upside the head,
A little mushroom stamp.
yeah, you get a mushroom stamp and someone taps you right on the temple and, concusses you.
Yep.
They're not responsible for that at the aviator place. Bodily fluids, blood, saliva, etc. I think cum.
Come. They
Yeah.
just didn't want to say it.
Yeah, they used 3 letters to say etc. They could have just said
Could
cum.
use- what about
because
shit? They didn't put shit in there either.
They didn't put shit. Bodily fluids, like blood or saliva.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean cum mostly, right? I don't
about
imagine
piss?
there's a lot of bleeding.
I think they're pissing on each other. That's just
Yeah.
I'm going out there. If it's this kind of kink club, they're probably pissing on each other.
And how do they? Okay, bodily fluids may not leave the body. So you're telling me you can't spit in your palm and jack a dude off? Bullshit.
No.
I don't buy that. You're telling me
You'll get shamed.
And what happens if I get cut? If you've got a cock ring, and you really
Yeah.
give me a what for upside the head with your dick,
Yeah.
and you really come across,
Well, they're not liable for that cut, remember?
yeah, no, they're not. But they're saying bodily fluids cannot leave the body. It's like I'm bleeding, but Garrett hit me with his cock ring,
Yeah.
and he nicked me. What am I supposed to do? It's
Get
not
the
like
fuck
I had
out.
my anus out when he did
You
it.
got to get out. Actually, I should be kicked out for having my cock out.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. But you could go, sir, DM, Mr. DM. I was just showing my new cock ring
Yeah.
off. I didn't mean to smack him upside the head like a fastball. So the organizers take no responsibility for injury, damage, or loss sustained during the event. Site also notes that its venue contains 2 other rooms that are currently unavailable during present renovations. So the this guy Shelton, who tweeted out what was going on, where this money was going.
Yeah.
That guy took a shot at him. And, hey, let's send him $1 million so they can get those 2 other kink playrooms back in action.
Yep.
The goal is to be comfortable no matter who you are or what your kink is. We also have a variety of housetops who are willing to not only play with people, but also teach their skills and pass them on.
Ugh.
Housetops.
That's basically a guy who's kind of like your DMs, but he's just a top. He's just in there to give you a couple spankings.
Okay. Oh,
Teach you how to spank
or if you're
people,
like,
tie
dude,
you up.
I don't know how to properly
He's the one who kind
tie
of
up.
fixes. Yeah, exactly. He's like, hey, let me show you how to fix some cuffs.
Okay,
You ever
all
hog
right.
tie?
Yeah, and if you haven't, like Eric went there, he was a newbie.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to.
He needs somebody to
shit.
show him how to. Well, he didn't need any help with the jacking off part. He had that.
No,
down,
he
but
was.
He needs some
was
help
pro
getting
at
in there.
that.
Yeah.
But as far as like how do I engage with other guys, he could stumble in there and
Yeah.
trip up the whole group, and
Throw
so
off the
these
whole vibe.
These housetops. That sounds like a housetops gets a lot of action, I bet. So these tops can teach people about playing with rope,
Okay.
fire, electricity, corporal punishment. That's when they're stomping on ball
Yeah.
sacks and stuff, and more. I don't even want to know what more is.
Ugh.
It could be myriad.
I think I know what more is, and I don't want to say it.
Really?
No, I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what the rooms are under renovation for.
Yeah, Probably. Oh, God. They're going to have dildos stuck to the walls and all kinds of shit, aren't they? Casey's proposed $1 million allocation for the William Way, the Gay Way, the Way Gay, would be in addition to the millions the center is already receiving from the city of Philadelphia.
Why are they already receiving
I
millions?
don't know. I was
What do you
hoping
need $1
could
million
tell me.
for?
New upgraded
I got a gay
whips.
house. Like, if I have to put an upgraded like whip system in my house to get $1 million in tax money, I'll fucking do it. But
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like move to Philadelphia.
apparently,
Like they're just handing out dollars to.
oh, you're gay. Here's $1 million.
Here's $1 million. Go ahead, upgrade your whips, chains, your leather bound, whatever.
Need some more black paint for those windows.
Yeah, exactly. That you could do that. William Way has a history of far left political activism. They're all about, the usual. The William Way also hosted a so-called youth drag show that includes performances by minors as young as 8.
I don't like this at all.
No.
Now I really don't like this. Why are they going to the kink BDSM dungeon as minors?
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing when you're going into a bar for drag night and somebody brought their kid. I already don't like that. This is way too many steps too far.
It's a bit too much. And I don't care what you're into. I would say the same thing if you wanted to drag your kid to a Jack's meeting.
Yeah.
Right? I would
I'd
say
say
the
to
same
be-
thing if you wanted to take your kid to an R-rated movie. It's probably not appropriate for him.
A strip club, anything.
A strip club, anything.
Yeah, just anything where it's kind of like, this is an adult space. Let's just keep it that way.
Dude, even a bar usually
Your
won't
kid
let-
doesn't need to be in there.
No, for no reason. And here's what they say about it. So Philadelphia Gay News described the youth drag show as dozens of curling irons, combs, makeup, mirrors, and brushes emerge on another, along with makeup and glitter in every color, and a Hello Kitty box. A bearded man in studded leather platform boots approaches and begins to apply makeup to the face of a little boy.
They said
Essay.
studded leather platform boots. They did not say he was only in a thong.
Right. And
That's usually
you're
what it is.
absolutely right, Garrett. And he's
They
definitely
stopped
in
at the
thong.
boots for a reason. Like, that was probably the only good part about that outfit.
Right. He had that strap leather bra thing on.
Probably a police hat or something.
Yeah, and mustachioed, bearded. He's bearded. So this is the guy that's doing the makeup for Essay. Essay's 11 years old. Essay's birth mother.
What's up, SA?
What up, Essay? Essay's birth mother is transgender. Is now his father. No, she's not.
No,
she's not.
that's your
Dad.
mom.
Sorry, that's your mom. Essay's mother hopes her son will perform in Twinkle next year. Good for Essay's mom.
What is Twinkle?
I don't know.
Is that like a cuties thing?
It's gotta be. It's
Is
gotta
it gay
be
cuties.
Yeah, probably.
I thought cuties was bad. Now we got gay cuties.
Yeah, and Cuties was horrid too.
I want to be straight again.
Well, tell your girlfriend. She's not gonna
Sorry,
like
Marina.
that. So yeah, they thought this was gonna initially pass easily. Thank God this guy tweeted it out, and now Fetterman's like, yeah, no.
I think you should tweet them all out. Every time you get a bill, anything, right, left, tweet it out. I
Yeah.
want to see the bills.
Yeah. Libs of TikTok did. They
Good.
sent it out, and so yeah, Fetterman saw it, and Casey, the two Dems that were set to prove it, were like, oh shit, nah, I don't think so.
Look at that.
I don't think
We
this
got
is a
two
great idea.
stories of more left-leaning groups kind of getting
Yeah,
towards the middle a bit. Like, hey, this is going too far.
and you know
good
what the-
news.
you know what the trouble is? I don't know if it's just like, hey, this is a big election year, we can't look that crazy.
Yeah.
I would hope it's
Maybe
more
they,
than that.
maybe they reelect Biden and things go back to the shit show.
that wouldn't shock me.
No.
It really wouldn't. And
I mean, it'd be a shit show anyways with Biden in office, but
yeah.
more of a shit show.
Yeah.
Back to old times.
Yeah. We'll see. But we've seen this before where every 4 years they pretend to care about black people or
Yep.
marginalized communities or and then once they get elected they don't do shit for them.
No,
and
Biden just did it with the immigrant.
Right. Exactly. And then they act tough on crime or they get way more center. We've just seen this play out so many times. You just wonder how many times people are going to keep falling for it.
Yeah.
You know? It is what it is. Spring break is coming up.
Fun.
I believe it starts next week, as a matter of fact.
I don't know. I don't get breaks.
True.
That's the weird part about being
Have
an
you ever
adult.
gone to spring break?
Never went on vacation for spring break. I just
No,
kinda
never
sat
did
home.
Florida.
No.
Never did. Yeah. My buddies all went to the. Sorry, I'm looking at. What the hell is that?
I don't know, somebody who's streaming to
Cute chick.
themselves.
Yeah.
She's got her phone up in her face talking to something.
Just
Maybe
caught a
making a
glimpse of that out
TikTok.
the window. I was hoping it wasn't my mom with Cece. I'm like, chick's kind of cute. Would have been very disturbing had that
Yeah,
been
it's
my
like, oh,
mother.
fuck.
Oh, shit. No, it's my mom. I never did. You know, my buddies all went to the Bahamas
Yeah.
for spring break one year. we were never big into. I went to Myrtle Beach one
Okay.
year, and did the whole works.
My
got
family only
hammered.
did like one big vacation in the summer, so that was
Yeah,
my thing. I didn't
yeah.
do the spring break,
It's kind of a
winter break
Michigan
stuff.
thing.
Yeah, it's just in the summer we'd go somewhere and do a cool vacation for the year.
Would you guys go like to Florida or just
I've been to the Dominican Republic, Alaska.
nice.
I've been to Scotland. Obviously, that's
Alaska?
from- yeah,
Scot-
Alaska's beautiful.
Damn.
I highly recommend Alaska to anybody.
Yeah.
probably one of
In
my
the
favorite
summer?
places on earth. Yeah, summer for sure.
Yeah.
One of my favorite places on earth, though, just
Really?
to walk around.
So you're a world traveler.
A little bit.
Nice.
Not too crazy. Mostly
Scotland?
states. Yeah, my stepdad's from there, so that's where my parents got married.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
my mom and stepdad.
Your mom and stepdad
Yep.
got married.
They
Not-
got married out. No, not my mom and dad.
Yeah.
They're both from here in Michigan.
Gotcha. Well, spring break starts soon enough, and Miami Beach, they're cracking down on spring break, and people are saying that that's racist because they fear it will lead authorities to treat black revelers violently.
Yeah. Also, we got a $2 super chat from my dad. It says, bring back bullying, but he had to separate bull and yang. I think YouTube doesn't like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the word bullying, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. What's he saying? Is there a hidden message there?
No,
in
he's just
that?
saying bring back bullying.
Yeah,
We need to start bullying
for
people.
which part? For Spring Breakers story
anyone.
or for anyone?
Probably for anyone.
Yeah. Bullying, you know what? I've gone back and forth on this over the
A
years.
little bit's good.
A little bit
Don't
is
go overboard.
good.
Don't beat the shit out of people. Don't try and make
Yeah.
people kill themselves. But if somebody's got a dumb haircut, like my friends and I, we used to bully the shit out of each other. That's
Yeah.
how we kept each other in check.
Yeah.
You know?
Would that be a microaggression if you made someone of someone's haircut? Or
Oh,
is
they were
that bullying?
macroaggressions the way we did it.
Yeah, I bet with you guys. Yeah, you guys were kind of clowns. I could see that. So Keon Hardiman he's the one that worries that black revelers just enjoying themselves at spring break. That's
Yeah.
all. Just here having a good time. That they're going to be violently beat up by all these cops,
Of course.
which is
That's what the cops do.
hilarious. Yeah, that's all they do. Hardiman, who is black, by the way, if you were wondering, said that the plan city officials have rolled out to combat lawlessness is tone deaf and unfairly targeted at black spring break partiers. I can promise you, nothing in their rollout plan said anything about black spring
No.
breakers.
I think they did use black spring breakers in the ads, though, that they were doing that rollout plan thing.
Yeah.
Because they were saying, like, oh, stop being mean to each other. Don't, litter. Be respectful of the area.
By the way, the black spring breakers that I've seen in Miami Beach
Yeah.
last year in 23 for sure, might have been in 22 as well. Absolute menaces.
Oh, yeah.
Menaces.
Yeah.
Okay, kids have forever gotten fucked up in Miami Beach, Fort
And it
Lauderdale.
used to just be you got fucked up at the beach, you got trashed in the hotel room. Maybe
Yeah.
you broke a couple things on the way, but no, they're doing like street takeovers these times
Yeah.
and lighting cars on fire and shit.
Exactly. Do you see a difference? Do you see a difference in having a bunch of fucking kids come down and drink too much and vomit on your beach?
Yeah.
Which sucks. I
Yeah,
get it.
it's a cleanup effort, but whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. It brings in a lot of money and a lot of notoriety, and you're known for it, and you don't love it, and
Yeah.
the locals don't love it, and
No.
the council members don't love it, but you deal with it. When you're talking about packs of people that are running around, kicking the shit out of each other, breaking into stores, shooting each other, that's a different level.
Yep,
and
that
at
is
that
no longer a
point,
spring break problem.
no, it's not. And I'm sorry. I don't want to I don't want to finger any black guy. Okay. I don't want to finger any black guy. I've said that for a long time.
I get it. No finger in the blacks.
Yeah. I don't want to finger anybody for them.
We're pretty pro-black around here.
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the most part. But when I saw the videos, I couldn't help but notice some similarities between the groups. Go black. And the behavior was not ideal. I would not have been. There was a time when I would have loved to be thrown into the middle of a spring break party in Florida. Those spring break parties, again, not to finger the blacks. I noticed, like, I would not want to be on that beach right now with those people. And I don't mean like those people. I just mean like those individuals. That are
Yeah,
all
the
hanging out
partiers down there. All of them.
Yeah, just the partiers. Just looking to have a good time, maybe get laid and get drunk.
That's what it used to be.
Yeah. Hardiman said, so the county commission was discussing a plan to send Miami-Dade police officers to Miami Beach to assist with spring break, when Hardiman said, I don't want to be part of anything that can be deemed to be onerous, draconian, heavy-handed by a municipality that is especially affected upon people that, for the most part, are just like me. Color is skin, being black.
I think what he's also, and it doesn't even have to be the whole black thing. It's just you have about couple 100,000 people coming down to these beaches for like 1 week, just throw a couple extra cops down there.
Yeah.
I don't think your regular police department
Why
can
not?
handle the influx of people.
And I think the majority of people would understand that. And
Like even black, white doesn't matter. I feel like if you're like, oh, if 100,000 people are going down there, they just bring in a couple extra cops, nobody would have a problem. They're like, oh, I get it.
Right.
There's people coming down here. There's too many people to police with the current police department.
what are the problems historically with spring breakers? Drinking and driving, probably.
Yeah, small tomfoolery, breaking shit. Usually just
trash in a
hitting
hotel
street signs,
room.
Yeah, break a window here and there.
Puking in places, being rambunctious, loud, disorderly late at night. So now what they're going to do is they're trying to have curfews, like midnight curfew.
That ain't gonna work.
No, it's not going to work. But if Miami-Dade sends 80 officers to Miami over the next 2 weekends, that's 80 more corners you're covering.
Exactly.
Where you've got someone there to kind of keep things
And even
going.
not just like a police are standing there to arrest people specifically. It would just help to have cops on standby. Like, hey, my friend got drunk and passed out and hit his head. We need help.
Right.
Because those are big crowds you're in.
Yes, that's very true, and you get lost in the mix. You think about a place like down in Louisiana when you're talking about Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be Mardi Gras. And if you're on in the French Quarter, if you're on the main strip, it's fucking crazy
All the time.
Like drinking all night, like it's madness. Now, if you had a group of individuals show up with guns, they still have to deal with people pissing in the streets, fucking in the streets, puking all over the streets, and it smells like shit, and it's crazy, and the street cleaners come through at like 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and clean it all up, and it's like, let's do it again tomorrow. But it's a totally different ball game when you're talking about violence and guns and theft.
It's a lot easier to clean up puke than a body.
Yeah, it is. So curfews, strict traffic measures would be put in place in a bid to avoid the repeat of Spring Break 23. A couple people were killed. Hardman of Miami Beach's crackdown. I think they're wrong doing it. Yeah, well, fuck off.
Yeah.
I don't care what you think, Hardman.
No, I've seen the videos coming out of those street takeovers they've been doing recently, and
Yeah.
they're not good. It used to be like a couple of car guys to come in, do some donuts in a fucking intersection. No, they're lighting cars on fire now just for the shit of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I saw.
And they're hitting
they
people,
look like
people
riot
running each other
scenes.
over. Yeah.
They looked like
Firing fireworks at each other.
Totally. And it reminded me, I don't know how else to say it, but it was Black Lives Matter riots that we saw in 2020 or whatever.
Exactly.
That's what it looked like.
And I'm coming from like a big car guy. Like I love car guys. The early street takeovers were cool because it's like, oh shit, like you'll be driving around all of a sudden. It's like, oh hey, that parking lot's got a couple of fucking sweet cars just doing donuts and shit. I love that shit.
You love Oakland.
Yeah.
That kind of shit. And they kill each other too, man. They get fucking out of control. If you don't know how to handle one of those cars.
No.
Anyway, sorry. Drinking a lot of water. Last year saw 488 arrests in Miami Beach. More than 230 of those were felony offenses. That's a problem. More than 100 firearms were seized. That's not a typical spring break.
Especially in like Florida and stuff like that, where they're pretty cool about firearms. Like if you're getting them all seized, that means you're doing some serious shit with them, or you're actually just illegally bringing them. But still, it's one of those things where it's like Florida's pretty good about firearms. They don't have any problems with a lot of it.
When you're talking about kids from U of M or Michigan State or Eastern, Central, Western, all the universities that love doing that, they go down to spring break and they have a blast. How many of those kids do you think are bringing guns?
None of them.
None of them would be my guess.
Not from Michigan, no.
No, or from fucking Alabama for that matter, or any other big university. Like so there's a different element that's been introduced into that scene where if you've collected more than 100 firearms, that means there were thousands.
Yeah, that you didn't get.
That you didn't get. If you got 100. So there was a video going around produced by Miami Beach officials. They had actors discussing the intention to break up spring break. This March, you can expect curfews, bag checks, restricted beach access, DUI checkpoints, $100 parking, and strong police enforcement for drug possession and violence are all part of the plan. Last year, the mayor said he wanted to cancel spring break. He's like, this is my town.
Yeah.
You guys come over for a month straight.
I don't blame him after last year.
No, I wouldn't either. After fatal chaos broke out on more than one occasion. So midnight curfew went into place. So it's like, yeah, you know what? You acted like fucking animals, and now the parents have to come in and go, lights out at 10.
Yep.
Like, they didn't have a curfew before.
No, that people were able to handle themselves before.
Yeah, when 2 people got shot and hundreds were arrested for felonies, they had to do something. They're not just going to let that behavior go on. Not there. Governor DeSantis said that he and his state level employees are ready to help our local communities maintain order. We don't welcome mayhem. The state has a lot going on. It's a fun place to be at. We want to see people do that, but we're also going to insist that people respect the law. Florida may be popular for spring break, but it is inhospitable to criminal activity. I have no problem with that.
I agree.
None. Honestly, I don't.
And it sucks to say because, I'm always like a big freedom and less cops. I usually want less cops, but it's gotten to a point where it's like these people can't fucking handle themselves anymore.
Yeah.
And it used to be like, hey, I got a gun, you got a gun, let's not fuck with each other. Now it's just, I got a gun, you got a gun, let's just have a shootout. Fuck it.
Yeah. I have no interest in that kind of stuff. I wouldn't want to be around it.
No.
Like, I know what it's like to be around stupid, drunk young people. We were all there.
Yeah.
And that can be fun in its
I've
own
been the
way.
DD coming back from a couple concerts. I get it.
Yeah. And God, is there anything worse than being with a fucking pile of drunk people in a car? Oh, my God. You don't realize it until
Stop for Taco Bell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that's... You got to do that.
Yeah.
You got to stop at Taco Bell. I mean,
it's tradition now.
I don't care where I'm going. If I'm going to a concert, it's 1 a.m. It's like
a Baja
Taco
Blast
Bell.
at 2 a.m. is the greatest thing ever after a concert.
Frozen or not?
Not even Frozen. We just go get regular. But no, Frozens are good. But
Frozens
like
are
coming back
amazing.
from a concert, usually they don't even have the fucking slushy machines on. We just want whatever the fuck they can give us.
Yeah, and I've been there too.
Yep.
And we've done that. We used to do that at White Castle. Me and Bobby and Tooch, we'd fucking hit White Castle, and you'd go in there. I remember Bob went in one time, and we're sitting there. He's like, how much for the cookie rack? And they've got a rack, and it's got brownies and cookies and all this shit. And they're like, I don't know.
We'll give it to you.
$100. And he's like, I'll take it. And it's like drunk idiots taking a fucking rack full of cookies.
You go into some of those, like any of those restaurants, like fast food places, like right before close. If you're nice enough to them, they'll just give you shit.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they're just going to dumpster that
pretty much.
shit
I used to do it at the grocery store I worked at. Like, we got towards closing and shit like that. If we got a customer came in, they were just nice to me, having a good interaction. I'm like, even though we're close to close, I'm like, hey, you want a steak?
Really?
Yeah, because I was a butcher. I was selling these steaks. I'm like, I'm just going to throw these away. Like, I can't sell them tomorrow. They're going to go bad, It's
Really?
like these are open air things. I'm like, let me throw a couple more in your package. Or, hey, I weighed you up for 2 pounds. Here's 5.
Nice. God, I wish you were still working there. I'd come by tonight and pick up some steaks.
They don't wish I was still working there.
Yeah, but I don't need fire extinguishers. Maybe I do, but I could use your steak skills, your butcher skills.
I'll get you a couple free fire extinguishers. It's not the same, but
not quite.
It might help in a pinch.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. I thought this was an interesting story, and maybe you will too, as a video game fan.
Oh boy,
do you ever get into the sports video games at all? Or no?
I've seen them. I just never got super into them.
Like I got real SSX. Do you remember SSX
Tricky.
and Tricky?
Yep.
Fuck, dude, I got really good at those.
Yeah,
I love
those are pretty fun. That's different.
Games.
That's like in the vein of like Tony Hawk games.
Yeah, totally. And the Tony Hawk one I got into.
Yep,
I got into Tony Hawk stuff. Really got into Tiger Woods.
Okay.
The golf was really
that
fun.
one was too boring for me. Any of the football, golf, and basketball were the 3 where I was like, I just don't follow it.
I would keep in mind when I was working at the radio station, we get all these in.
Yeah.
And so it was just like you'd get them free anyways.
Review this.
Yeah. And so there were shitload. Give them away on the air. Make them prizes, prize packs.
Yeah.
And Mark and I would all of us would get, whatever the new game was.
I worked at a video rental store.
Awesome.
We used to get the games in a week early, and I'd take them home to play them.
Hell yeah, of course. Dude, every job, I don't care what that job is, has some sort of level of benefits.
Perks.
Some perk. Maybe you get free McDonald's when you work a shift.
Exactly.
Like, great, I got a free Big Mac today. You work at a store, I know they're putting that shit out on the shelves the night before, and
a
they
week
probably
after it
had
comes
them
out of my
week.
PlayStation.
Exactly. But I had an inside guy at Best Buy, and it was like, dude, come the day before, we'll give you the new PS3, 4, whatever it was. I think the 2, 3, and 4 I got.
Oh hell yeah!
Before it hit the market, it was like there would be a line out the door, but we had an inside guy who was a fan of the show, and we'd get hooked up. So all those games. So Tiger Woods, I really got into. I had all the Madden football ones, all the NCAA college football ones, which they're making again for the first time since 2014.
Oh, shit.
So it's been a decade off. All those, and I'd play them a little bit. Major League Baseball ones, I'd play a little bit, and I'd get bored of those. And but I always had them. Super got into Guitar Hero.
Yeah, that's my big jam
Fucking
too.
dude.
I'll kick your ass in Guitar Hero.
I bet you will. There was a time I would whoop your ass.
No, I don't know, man.
Dude, I 5-star on all hards, and
That's
I
fine.
4-star expert.
I play expert only. I have what's called Clone Hero. It's a whole fucking rigged up Guitar Hero made by
Really?
people on the internet where you can download any song that gets charted.
Really?
So
Of
I'm playing
course you
things that
have
they don't even have on Guitar Hero.
Of course you have that. We should, dude. I played at when I took Reed and Mad to a what Dave and Buster's or whatever. We did a couple of those. We did one for Marshall too, and they've got guitars here or there, and I haven't played it in fucking years. And so I played it on medium, and it was like, all right, I still got this.
Yeah.
And I brought my
like riding a
PS3
bike.
downstairs, dude, and I started playing it. But I'm looking at my scores on hard and expert, and I'm not great on expert, but was
fair.
okay. Hard, I could fucking jam though. I could play.
Yeah.
There were some songs, maybe not, but for the most part, I wasn't getting kicked off the stage. And I'd fucking throw that guitar behind my back.
Oh, dude, I was playing without looking at the screen.
Really?
Yeah, it's my
You're one
favorite.
of
I can do
those?
Bulls on Parade, the whole song without looking.
It's
It's a simple song. It's got a lot of repetitive things, and once you figure out the pattern of it, dude,
Yeah.
I like to go to the arcade. I'll throw in $1 and just watch people go, "Oh my god, he's not even looking." And it's the easiest song possible to do on expert.
Dude, I've gotten down that rabbit hole and looked at some of these kids online.
Yep.
Doing like what's the Flames and Fire?
Oh, Through the Fire and Flames.
Through the Fire and Flames.
Little Dragon
On-
Force.
Yeah, Dragon Force on expert, and they're just
One of
I
my
mean-
favorite guys, Asai. He's again one of those guys you probably watched before. He's this little kind of Filipino kid, maybe
Yeah.
Hawaiian or something, but he plays all that stuff. He has like the world record for being able to play that song 5 times speed, 100%.
oh my god,
It's fucking wild.
dude, I don't even know how.
I don't either. He's just
And when they're tapping and going, like it's ridiculous. You can't even follow the pattern.
Nope.
He must not be watching it either. He must have it memorized. Like
he has it all memorized, and then he
You
just,
think?
as soon as he gets it down 100%, he just speeds it up a little bit and just keeps playing until he get it down 100%.
Crazy.
Speed it up a little bit.
It's just crazy. I mean that's got to be. You've got to be.
He's made a whole living at it.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. And kids can nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, they really can. But you've got to be some level of autistic.
Yeah,
You
a little
have to be on the spectrum. Like to dedicate, like, no, I'm just doing this, and this is what I'm doing. I'm just
Yep.
gonna play
that much time to just Guitar Hero. Something that doesn't matter that much.
crazy. But some of those videos, and I don't blame them, like for having an audience and people are just cheering them
I
on
watch it.
online. Yeah,
Dude, I'm all in.
it's crazy.
That's where I found out about Clone Hero.
really.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard that for years. Like there are programs you can play any song you want.
Yep.
So MLB The Show is why I bring this up. They've got a video game. The new one's coming out March 19th.
Okay.
And those are usually fun, and they've come a long way with these games where you
The graphics, especially those MLB
Yeah.
games, always look good because there's not too much to load. You just have to get the baseball court. There's no huge crazy game.
Baseball court.
Baseball court. That's my sports there. The baseball diamond.
there you
Pretty
go,
fancy
the
people.
field.
I
Yeah,
played
the
baseball
diamond.
for a minute. I was a catcher before I figured I was a catcher.
You've been a catcher for
Yeah,
a long time.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But no.
but this I thought I was just like, oh god, as long as we can make jokes, then I'm fine with
Yeah.
it. But they're introducing women players in their 2024 edition of the game, even though professional women's baseball does not exist, folks. But then I was like, well, I guess aliens
Yeah.
and fucking zombie attacks don't really exist.
It's a video game. I get
either.
it, but
that is
which female players? Anyone we know?
Oh yeah, I mean, Tony Stone for one.
That's
I mean,
a female?
Yeah, who could
Okay.
forget Tony Stone? T-O-N-I,
Obviously.
like Tony.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's
I
one.
forgot
of them.
about that one.
Yeah. For the first time, gamers will be able to create and play with a woman baseball player in the Road to the Show. Women pave their way game mode. So they allow people to customize players and blah blah blah.
It's been there forever.
I don't even ask, don't even email walters@detroitcast.com. I don't know if they're like blowing actual players in the dugout, if that's their role, or if they're, they're cleaning the dugout.
Handle the
or-
bats. Fondle the balls.
Exactly. That kind of thing. Or if they're not actually putting them out on the field, I wouldn't think. But it sounds like
If
maybe
they do, they should
are.
give them a handicap, like your controller, like only half your controller works or something. This is like, you're the woman player, dude. This is the men's league.
But if you can, you know how you can be like, hey, we're wearing the old throwback uniforms, and look at this
Yeah.
Chicago Black Sox out there, and you've got some. If you could put them in like bra and panties, have
There you
them
go.
around,
You might get a couple
have
more-
some jugs.
There's
nice
some modders
titties.
already on it.
Yeah, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. There's always some turbo nerd. As soon as a game comes out, he's ready to strip all the clothes off every character.
Really?
Any game.
Nice. Well, if you did that, that'd be kind of cool. And it's like, oh, look at these nude chicks with huge tits running around the diamond. This is cool.
Yeah.
It's not bad. So Molly Braley, Molly, of course, Molly's involved.
Yeah.
A narrative designer for MLB The Show told PlayStation.blog the game's new feature allowing people to play as women was inspired by the stories of women in baseball. Throughout history, women have been making waves in the sport.
Where? I haven't heard about them.
I was hoping you could
No,
tell me.
I don't know.
What's the fucking famous movie with
Fucking lady ballers? No, just kidding.
League of Their Own?
Yeah.
That's the one with Madonna and what's his name? There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah.
Right? That's League of Their Own. I mean, if that's what they mean by women have been making waves in the sport, no, they have not.
Maybe.
Sorry. Women have not been making waves as far as baseball goes. Softball.
Basketball, I mean, the WNBA gets some press. Not much, but it gets some press. Like, you hear it come up in the news, like nobody paid attention to the WNBA, but nobody even says, like, hey, nobody watched the baseball women's championship thing. I'm like, that doesn't even get brought up.
And I get it. ESPN has a narrative to push. And so they're going to act like, oh, my God, this chick's layup was one of the top 10 plays of the day. And you're like, hilarious. That's adorable. I get that. But throughout history, women have been making waves in the sport. These include legends. I was like, I couldn't name one, not one, where I go, Tooch's daughter. To me, legend. I've thrown the rock with her, I've thrown the ball with her. She's got a better arm than most guys I know. Played through college, and awesome.
Yeah.
But
So they got baseball legends like Kit Keller or Dottie Hinson.
Dottie. Wait, Dottie was in League of Their Own, wasn't it?
Yeah, these are all League of Their Own
League of Their
people.
Own characters. Okay.
Doris Murphy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who could forget Doris Murphy?
She looks a lot like Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, she does. I think they called her the Crack.
Maybe.
Yeah. Dottie was played by
Gina Davis.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah, she's a catcher. And I believe her sister was on the team. Dottie. Is there another character that has the same last name as Dottie?
Nothing that's popping up right yet.
Kit, maybe? Was Kit Dottie's sister, younger sister?
No, that's Kit Keller.
Kit Keller. Okay.
I don't see anyone with the same Hinson last name, though. It could be Kit Keller.
Yeah, I'm almost positive Gina Davis's character had a sister on that roster. But the quote from Molly Braley, throughout history, women have been making waves in the sport. These include legends such as Tony Stone. And who could forget Tony Stone? I mean, when I think of female baseball players, I don't even think female.
No.
I just think solid ballers.
Obviously,
when you
Tony
think
Stone.
of Tony Stone, right? When you're talking about like Ruth, Gehrig,
Yep.
You want to talk about Cabrera, A-Rod, Tony Stone. Like I put her in that category.
100%.
You know what I mean? And I think most rational, reasonable people listening would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, duh.
You just call it the Great Stonino, right?
Yeah, the Stonino. Yeah, the Great Stonino. So we all remember that. Stoney was great. Stone played baseball for the Indianapolis Clowns. Of course, Stone played for the Indianapolis Clowns. How fitting is that? Yeah.
I'm calling their team the Clowns.
Yeah, the Clowns. That was a Negro League team from 1953. Not to finger the blacks. I do not want to finger the blacks.
Not today.
But no, not ever. Tony Stone, I'm assuming, is a black. If they're playing in the Negro Leagues, I don't think they allowed fucking white devils in the Negro
No, they wouldn't
Leagues.
like that.
Yeah. So Tony Stone was playing for the Clowns in 53, became the first woman to play for a pro baseball team. She ended up joining 3 other teams in the Negro Leagues before retiring from the sport a year later.
She went from the Clowns to the Monkey. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
They're going down that naming route.
Well, yeah, it would have been in line. So let me get this straight. The name we're all supposed to know, legend, absolute legend, Tony Stone.
Yeah.
Toni. Played for the Clowns in 53, retired from baseball a year later, and between the Clowns and retirement a year later, played on 3 other teams. So this legend was so good, couldn't stick on a fucking roster, and ended up on 4 squads in one season.
That's how great she is.
That's how good Tony Stone is. And it's like maybe there was just bidding war after bidding war.
Maybe they were just fighting for her.
We need Tony Stone. I don't know.
Yep.
And maybe she was given hand relief in the dugout
Most likely.
between innings, trying to remove stress from a pitcher.
Actually, given the time frame and the fact that they were in the early, it's more like, don't touch me, black woman.
Yeah, get away, black.
Unhand me, you darky.
Yeah, but you're black too. Yeah, but if you've got if you've got your closer, and he's just nervous as shit. He's tied up in knots. He's a wreck, and it's like, Stone, why don't you get in here and jack old Sparky off you before he goes in the ninth? And and you could contribute that to the team.
Maybe
that would make a legend.
It's important. I mean, the ball handler is the important role.
Exactly, and the bat handler.
Yeah, and the bat handler.
Case. Well, you got to be able to juggle the balls and the bats.
Handle the bats.
Yeah, but if Tony Stone could go into the dugout, give Sparky a tug before he goes in the ninth to close the game, I'd be willing to give half a fucking win.
I'd say she can
or
get on the
half
roster
a
with that.
save to Tony Stone. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you wouldn't believe what Tony Stone did back in '53. She jerked off every single win we had could be partly contributed to Tony Stone.
Yep.
She jacked off all of our closers every night, never missed a game. We love Tony Stone. I don't know, could have been one of those. To me, this project is a great opportunity for the world to be informed of women who play baseball and that taking their skills to the next level is possible, even though it's totally not.
No.
There is no next level for you, ladies. Sorry. I don't know why the video game is going to lie to you, but that's what they're trying to do.
They're trying to get, go join the pro leagues, women. I'm like,
we want to show women
pro league?
that taking their skills to the next level is possible. There isn't a level. There is no baseball level for women. Sorry.
No, sorry.
My hopes for this project is to educate others that women/girls do play baseball and they are capable of competing in this game at every level. So now you're not even trying to. Now you're just lying to them.
Let them in the fucking MLB. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see them get in the MLB. Let's see what women can do in baseball.
I can guarantee you some slut it cannot hit a curve.
No.
A 90-mile-an-hour curve. They just can't. I'm sorry.
I can't hit a 90-mile-an-hour curve. And I played baseball for a little while. I couldn't fucking hit a 90-mile-an-hour.
You couldn't bunt one.
No.
You and I would sit there all day.
It would hit the bat off a bunt, and then my hands would hurt too much. I'd have to stop. I'd be like,
Your
I'm done.
hands would be stinging. Yeah. You're trying to lie to these girls and tell them they can compete at any level of baseball. That is comical. Just say we have a game. We introduced you could be Venom if you want.
Yeah.
And Venom's out there, and he's got his tongue wagging out. And he looks like
they already have that. It's called Fortnite.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. But do that with Major League. Hey, the show, it's got this mode. You could be superhero characters.
Yeah.
You could even be a woman. But don't pretend like this is a real thing. Come on.
You just gamify it, and it's cool.
There's not a girl out there hitting a 90-mile-an-hour curve. I'm sorry.
We got a super chat, by the way, in the middle of that from Unholy Kev, and it just says,
What has he done? Can you tell me? Big Magic Johnson. What has he done? He's got AIDS. Did he do any business?
I didn't give him those AIDS.
Did he help anybody in South L.A.?
Well, I think he has HIV. He doesn't actually have full
I love that. It
AIDS,
keeps
but-
going.
Well, what kind of a guy goes
AIDS.
to every city has sex? He's got AIDS.
That one.
I didn't give him those AIDS. And when he had those AIDS, I prayed for him in synagogue.
Also, MW said, very competitive. Garrett, try Escape from Tarkov. I have played Escape from Tarkov. It's all right.
That?
It's you drop into like you get about 20 minutes basically to run into this whole area of like Russia or this abandoned Russian area. It's a Russian developed game, and it's very realistic the way they do their guns, and you have to count your bullets. They don't tell you. It's a game that does not hold your hand. You're dropped in here with whatever you brought in, and if you die in there, all your stuff stays.
Really?
So you
and
can lose everything.
Collects all your shit.
And everyone collects your shit. So there's other players running around. And you basically go in there to complete a mission. So like you have a mission to go to this location.
Yeah.
Grab a thing, bring it back to the outside, and while you're doing that, other players are doing their missions, but they can also see you and take all your shit.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's where and then there's also like computers running around that'll kill you.
Oh, nice.
He said it's Tarkov players are the most annoying people ever though because they think
Why?
they think their game's the greatest thing on the planet, and it's I'm sorry, dude. MW. I know you like your Escape from Tarkov. They got their guns right. Everything else in that game is dog shit. You can't see anything. It runs at 20 frames no matter how good your rig is. And usually it's just a lot of kids screaming on mic before you get blasted in the face with a shotgun over nothing. It's not fun. It's not fun to me.
Well, if you got good at it, if you didn't get shot in the face all the time.
Oh, I used to just fuck with people. I got to a point where like I'd
did.
attach 5 flashlights to the same shotgun. I just unleashed the power of the sun on people. On a small highway.
In that game that he's talking about?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I was interested when I was listening to Dan Soder talking to Rogan about it. He was saying like Spider-Man 2, I think it was. Now this is probably a Xbox or something.
No, it's on PC too.
Is it?
Yeah, the Spider-Man games.
So are these games that they're talking about right here, are they also on like PlayStation 5 or Xbox?
Tarkov is computer only, I think.
Okay.
I don't know if they did anything else with it. I haven't fucking followed that game in a couple of years.
Yeah.
But the Spider-Man ones are on everything.
He was saying Spider-Man 2, the video game, is better than any of the Spider-Man movies.
I'd agree. Besides the Spider-Verse movies, those are great.
Really? The cartoon ones?
Yeah. I highly recommend them 1 and 2.
My sister said the same thing.
Yep. Doesn't matter. $1 kid.
That's the kid Black Spider-Man cartoon, right?
Yeah, he's like black Puerto Rican or something. So it's got that DI in the front.
Not that I care. I'm not
and then the second one, they're like Gwen or whatever is kind of gay, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't care because it was actually a good story. Like they did it in a way where it's like it wasn't ham-fisted at you the whole time.
Okay.
So
I don't know how that could be. Like what? I don't really follow storylines. I don't think.
I didn't even like Spider-Man. He was one of my like least favorite fucking superheroes. I just think he was just a bitch. I'm like, go save someone in a cornfield, Spider-Man. See what happens. You have nothing to swing from, you know?
Yeah, that's.
But
true.
they did a really good job with those movies. They're actually well done. I'm a big fan of animation and art style stuff like that. And it's super artistically well done.
I've heard from a lot of people.
I know his name's Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Yeah, that's his name. Cliff Cook had to remind me. His name's Miles Morales. I'm like, okay.
The black kid?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the actor or?
No, it's the kid.
The kid.
That's the character.
Okay. I got to check that out because I've heard that from multiple people.
I recommend.
But I've never heard anybody say like a video game is even better than the movie franchises. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because I got all the Grand Theft Autos like every year, and I think they got a new one coming out.
Yeah, they got a new one coming. It looks
good.
Dude,
I didn't give a fuck about the missions. It was all about getting blown and beating prostitutes and murdering random people. Like that's how I got my murder out of me.
Yeah.
It was like I'm gonna murder and rape and get blown, and then as soon as the chick's done blowing me, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her and steal my money back, and then I'm gonna take off and I'm gonna go steal a sweet car, and helicopters are gonna like. But I couldn't care. They're like, oh, go to the city and get a key. That'll take you to. I'm like,
those older ones.
Man.
Gotta say, GTA 5's really good for story and stuff. It's good story.
Is that Vice City?
No, the new one's gonna be Vice City again. So they did Vice City before. GTA 5 was
San Andreas.
No, San Andreas this is in the same area as San Andreas. GTA 5. It's in Los Santos is what they call it. It's kind of like a California island. I think you love it as somebody from California.
Okay.
It almost looks a lot like LA.
It's like a Southern California.
It's a lot like LA.
So Vice City was like Miami. I believe, right?
Yeah, Vice City's kind of like their Miami. Yep.
And
Liberty City's New York.
Liberty City's New York.
Yep.
San Andreas, I believe, is LA.
That's their LA. Yep.
LA. And then, so GTA 5, was that just called GTA 5?
Yes. Yeah, they're just numbered. There's no like a Vice City, nothing like that. But GTA 5 kind of takes place in it's got the San Andreas map in it, but it's also the entire city. And plus like a whole mountain area above it.
Right. Are you excited for the new one? Will you give a shit?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Rockstar's one of the few companies that like anything they put out is gold.
I'm so jealous. Anthony Cumia got to voice a lot of the shit.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
They knew guys over at Rockstar, and so he does like a hilarious commercial, like on the radio when you're driving around, you can have the radio on. One of the commercials, you can hear it. You can pull it up if you want. Cumia voices that, and they voiced a couple characters, like all the guys on the O&A show.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things I love about GTA and all those things. They bring in like small time, like not small time artists. Like Cumia's not a small guy, but they'll bring in like smaller-ish artists.
Yeah,
they're kind of niche. Like GTA 5 had a whole radio station run by Adult Swim. Basically, it was
really
Hannibal Buress was on it. Flying Lotus is artist I follow. Tyler the Creator was on it.
Why not?
Exactly. And then they had like the Aqua Teen voice actors would come in and like do commercials and shit. I'm like, oh, this is fucking cool.
Do you have the Cumia commercial? Can you find that?
Yeah.
Did you know about that those guys were doing that?
No, which one was it?
Dude, it's probably going back 15 years. So I can't remember who their guy was, but he would come on and give them a preview. And then one year had them voice Anthony at least did. And I think other guys on the show did smaller things, like they might be a bully in a bar.
Oh, it was in San Andreas, yeah.
It was San Andreas?
Yep.
Do you have the audio of it?
I got a 1-minute video. I'm hoping is the audio of it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Last night I think I shit the bed. Got so drunk I gave a dude head. Life is just a merciful blur when you pop a piss wasser. Piss wassers don't drink it slow. 3 a.m. buy some low. Sleep in the bathroom on the floor. What really matters anymore? Working nuts off every day.
It's a piss wasser ad.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah, I love that.
It's so cool that you can do that in the video game.
That was a 4 actually. So it looks like he was in San Andreas and he came back in 4.
Okay.
And he was the announcer in Vice City Stories, which is like a spinoff.
And if you know Ant loves doing karaoke, and he was in a band with his brother. His brother's a brilliant musician.
Yeah.
And 2U, I think they were a U2 cover band at one point.
Oh, he's in Vice City too. Opie and Anthony.
Yeah. So he's used to singing and stuff like that. He's got a decent voice, decent enough voice.
Yeah.
And
also, we got a super chat that said the only game you're going to play is And I think I know where my dad's going with this one. I'm trying to remember the exact quote we had, but it's fuck it. It's like the only game you're gonna play is mowing the lawn or something. It's because that's something my parents yelled at me while they were like yelling at me for something I got told. I was like, the only game you're gonna be fucking playing is mowing the lawn or something. I'm trying to remember what it was.
That's not bad in a heated moment. That's not
in
a
a
bad
heated
one.
moment.
Yeah,
he's got a couple. I'm like, your ass is grass and I'm a lawnmower is one that they said once. And my mom,
Okay.
this is in the middle of both my mom and my dad yelling at me. And then as those words came out of my dad's mouth, my mom goes, just him. He's the lawnmower. I'm not a part of this part.
Yeah, I don't
like broke the whole
anything to do with your ass, Garrett. Do you remember what you did to get? I mean, that's
probably just
tough.
wasn't doing homework.
Your ass is grass, and
Yeah.
I'm the lawnmower.
I wasn't doing homework.
That's hardcore. I mean, that's almost borderline abusive.
Yeah.
If I was there and I heard Gary come at you with your ass is grass and I'm the lawnmower, I might call CPS.
Maybe. I don't know.
Honestly.
My mom has close fist punched me in the face.
Yeah, but you probably deserve it.
I
Your
did.
mom's a sweetheart. I can't blame your mom for that one. But
She caught me
Gary, on the other hand, your ass is grass and I'm the lawnmower. How old were you at this time?
I probably was like 9 or 10. I just wasn't doing homework.
The salty language,
Yeah.
all of that I don't like. I wouldn't have liked it.
Okay.
And that's probably
try to talk to him about
it's
it, yeah.
probably one of the main reasons you are who you are today.
Yeah.
Who likes to bully people from time to time, certainly when you were younger. You got this from your dad, clearly. Your dad was
obviously. I was
bullying
just
you.
expressing my internal
Yeah,
turmoil.
yeah. Your dad's a monster. I'm going to go on record.
Hear that, Dad?
He's
We're calling you out.
a monster.
It's over. You can't abuse me anymore.
I love this story. Veterans Affairs. The Department of Veterans Affairs says it's not banning the use of the famous World War II photo showing a sailor kissing a woman in white after an internal memo directed otherwise. So this actually happened. Are you familiar with this photo?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't have to see it.
Well,
Yep.
you were in the Navy for a bit.
Yeah.
You know the famous photo taken
It was the first non-gay photo of the Navy.
What? Yeah. Oh, the Navy people are going to fucking hate you for
That's
saying
fine.
that. Yeah. Taken in New York City, Times Square, apparently. And the war had just ended. Japan had just said, okay, we give, sorry, leave
Yep.
us alone.
No more
Stop
nukes."
dripping bombs. Jeez Louise. And so we were like, cool. And so this dude apparently grabbed this chick who was a nurse and just fucking planted one on her.
Yeah.
And so the reasoning behind that,
He raped her.
the memo was from Rima Ann Nelson, of course, directed VA medical facilities to promptly remove the photo and replace it with something more appropriate. This photograph, which depicts a non-consensual act, is inconsistent with the VA's no-tolerance policy towards sexual harassment and assault. To foster a more trauma-informed environment that promotes the psychological safety of our employees and the veterans we serve, photographs depicting the VJ Day in Times Square should be removed from all Veterans Health Administration facilities. Holy fuck.
This is why Russia's winning.
Yeah. If you think our military members can't handle, and veterans at that, the veterans can't handle that picture because it was a spur of the moment.
It's like those motherfuckers saw combat, dude. I think they can handle a kiss, spur of the moment kiss.
And even if they didn't, like, they're not that big of pussies. You might be, nowadays, leadership might be that big of pussies. But those brave men and women are not.
No, I got no hope for our military anymore.
It's
hate to say it.
unbelievable. So the memo goes viral this week. Instant backlash. Un-American. The Biden administration is now banning one of the most iconic photos in World War II history, the famous Times Square kiss between a nurse and sailor. Their rewriting of American history and American culture will not stand. So later on Tuesday, same day, the Secretary, Veteran Affairs Secretary Dennis McDonough took to social media to be like, sorry about that. Let me be clear. This image is not banned from facilities. We will keep it in facilities. VA is not banning this photo from the facilities. A memo was sent out that should not have been, and it is now been rescinded. So I never know what to make of these stories. Like,
what would happen if it never got sent out, you know?
Right.
Would they just start taking them down and not telling anyone, and then we'd have this story later?
there could be that. I don't know what reaction they're expecting from something like that.
Yeah.
Do you think people are going to go, that makes sense?
No.
That makes sense.
Fuck no.
Like, fuck no.
No,
they're
I can
not.
see that and be like, look, even if she didn't ask for it, that's a soldier and a nurse.
Yeah.
It's a kiss. He didn't fucking grab her, rip her dress off like, I'm back from war, bitch.
Yeah,
I'm
just
his pussy.
jam two fingers
Yeah.
into her box and
grab by the
plant
pussy.
one. Yeah, grab by the pussy. It's fine. I don't understand. Do you think that people are going to go, oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, non-consensual. That's not cool. Someone in a leadership position Probably that fucking what's her name twat that I mentioned, Rima Ann Wilson Nelson.
I think they're all just women who don't get laid. That's why they're jealous.
Like, seriously, you don't have anything better to do? You're going to try to take this, like, that's like taking Rosie the Riveter and being like, too much cleavage. Like, what?
That's like men being mad at Rosie the Riveter, like, only like 20% of women only actually went to the factory. It wasn't even like that. But it's one of those things where it's like you're picking the wrong photos to get mad at. Like,
wait. And I can't help. So, by the way, just to wrap it up, the man and the woman in the photo, and I take some issue with this photo, by the way. I don't want to ban it or anything like that, but something seems off to me. The man and woman of the photo are thought to be George Mendonça and Greta Friedman. Yeah, Greta Friedman sounds like a name you'd have from that era, you know. Both of whom passed away within the last 10 years.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I don't know if they ever fucked or anything like that. You know, I don't know.
They should have.
Yeah, I mean, from that photo
obviously
alone.
He was trying to. He was obviously raping her.
But here's the issue I take with this. And I'll show you that photo. Do you take any issue with that Times Square, New York City photo?
His hand could be a little higher. Get a titty grab.
Yeah, okay. That's not where I was going, but I appreciate that.
Well, this is a picture of a statue.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's an animated
I
one.
thought it looked like that. Why is there? Pull up the original picture. Oh, that is it. Are you sure?
It looks animated. Look at the guy's hair.
Yeah, it does. It does. Pull up the original picture.
Yeah, and also there's a palm tree in the background.
Yeah, that's what I was going to take issue with.
That's not you in New York. That's a picture of a statue
in Hawaii or something.
Yeah,
because that would make sense. I'm like, why is there a fucking palm tree in New York City? Okay, I'm the idiot then. Is that TV not on?
No, it's on. I'm getting there. I got the picture. We're right here. Come on, open it up.
There better not be a palm tree in it.
No, there's no palm tree. Actually,
there's
Times
probably
Square.
other sailors around.
There are a lot of them.
A lot of them. That's what I remember. Oh, that's funny.
Just trying to find a picture that isn't 200 by 200 pixels.
Here's the other thing that I find interesting about a story like this that leadership is taking issue with, right? So you've got government officials, whether they're running the VA or they're in Congress, you have people that are supposedly in leadership positions, right? And making these calls. And dude, it wasn't but a few months ago we had that dude filming himself butt fucking another guy in the Senate hearing room, right?
There's the photo.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, that is a statue. I'm an idiot. I was like, what? There's better not be blue skies and a palm tree in fucking New York City. So that dude filming himself banging another dude in the ass in the Senate hearing room, no charges brought.
No.
Of course they could figure out who it was. They do know who it was. It was Aiden Mays Zurovsky.
There's a couple of faggots. No other way to put it.
He's the staffer in the video, and he said, and I quote, "Some of my actions may have shown poor judgment. I love my job and would never disrespect my work part."
Oh, well, you did.
Really?
Yeah.
You would never disrespect
I would never disrespect my work.
I mean, I don't have a problem with people banging in the office. I kind of get it, but
you filmed it.
But that's not respect. You filmed yourself butt fucking another dude in the Senate hearing room, sir. That doesn't scream respect. And I stand by the point that I made when we first did that story about they're throwing in the gay sex because it makes a lot of people go, whoa. Like if it was just some dude crushing some puss in the Senate hearing room, I think a lot of guys would high five that and be like, hell yeah, bro.
That happens all the time.
There, you got So I think there's something about it being gay sex filmed.
It's a little extra step to it.
Yeah. You know, I don't mean to offend anybody by that, but I just do think like you could say a staffer filmed themselves having sex in the Senate hearing room and leave it like that. And maybe rumor goes around like, but if you're not going to charge anybody, you know, but now you know who did it. And the message that's being sent is acceptable.
Yeah,
when you don't charge someone and send a message like, hey, fuckers, we are supposed to be the pillars of communities. We're the leaders. We're the ones that people look up to for decision making. They've entrusted us to put us in charge. So let's not whip our dicks out in a photo.
Yeah.
Let's not fucking
just be respectful. You're a politician now.
And that goes whether you're white, black, straight, gay, trans. I don't give a fuck what you are. Just be respectful of that office that has a lot of history behind it, has a lot of responsibilities, takes in a lot of money.
And people are looking to you as, you know, part of a leader.
Exactly.
So you don't want to look up to a leader who doesn't the right thing.
Exactly. They found another set of videos, by the way, posted by Adam J. One was of a dude jacking off in the House of Representatives
Hell
office. Yeah, yeah. I knew you'd like that one. Another butt fuck video was found as
Hell
well
yeah.
in an office at the U.S. Capitol. So those we're not going to charge anybody with. But if you happen to be a 90-year-old woman walking around on January 6th in that fucking building, to jail with you.
To jail.
You go to fucking jail.
Traitor.
You want to butt fuck some dude in the goddamn Senate hearing room? By all means. But if you were 90 and fucking traipsed around
That's
that
borderline
office,
treason.
I
You know
will
the
fucking
fucking
kill you.
penalty for
You
treason is death.
You will die in prison, bitch.
Get the hell out of here.
It just seems horribly disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Call me prude. Call me old-fashioned.
I don't think it's prude. I think you should, and you know what, just in general, just don't fuck at work.
Yeah. I mean, or be discreet about it.
Like I said, in general, don't fuck at work. Doesn't mean you can. It just means don't.
Don't. And don't film it.
Yeah.
And don't show it to your buddies.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about you just don't get caught?
Yeah. It's a strange time, man, that we're...
Just what happened to going out in the car or something, finding an empty parking lot.
There you go. It's
Simple.
not a bad idea.
Solves you a lot of problems.
Not a bad idea. There's a bunch of other stuff we could do. I did think this story was kind of interesting. Oh, here's Cece going nuts. Uh-oh, someone, another meeting must be starting
Another meeting.
upstairs. Meeting?
Meeting? I'm looking for it.
I said a meal. Yeah, lots of meetings around here right now.
Meeting? I said a meal.
I challenge that guy to a bare knuckle. I'm not one of my prouder moments. You know?
What's it got to do with me?
Yeah, he was upset. He was pissy. Did we have any more drops from him?
Yeah, we got some. They're all over the place.
Oh, Ronnie
That's
Pickering.
right. Ronnie Pickering. It's from the original.
Who?
Oh.
I'm a single boy.
A single boy.
All right, you can keep going. I can't find the rest.
He's great. I don't know. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this story because I've been told over and over to believe all women.
Yeah.
Believe all women. We've got a woman who was allegedly, and I don't even know why you got to say allegedly.
Yeah.
She says
We
it
should
happened.
believe her.
My guess is it happened. So a woman was allegedly raped 4 times by a masseur.
Oh, I thought you were about to say a Navy sailor.
No, not
Okay.
a Navy sailor, no. That would have been a dude that was raped by a Navy sailor. No. A woman allegedly raped 4 times by a masseur during a spa session at the legendary Ritz Hotel in Paris. Now, for those that don't know, that is a 5-star hotel in Paris. The young woman said in a complaint that she was attacked by the masseur on January 6th. Ooh, boy.
Ooh, that's not a good day.
That's not a good day at all. But if people are going to go batshit crazy, January 6th is the day to do it. After booking a massage session at the spa inside the hotel, after massaging the 26-year-old's chest, and I bet those are some sweet titties. Not that you'll care, but I bet they were.
Titties are titties.
Titties are titties.
Yeah, gay guys like titties too.
Okay, good. I didn't know that.
can
Is that
confirm
true?
that. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. I
And
didn't
when
know
all
you
the
guys
girls
were
are like, "Oh, we're showing our gay friend our tits because it's funny," and they do those videos, like, no, the gay guy's in on it. He was, that
Nice.
was his goal all along.
really?
Everybody gets
You
behind titties.
Slick sons of bitches.
Oh, dude, everybody.
You guys keep
even
quiet
gay
on
guys,
that.
yeah, they keep quiet on it, but everybody gets behind titties.
Yeah, titties are great. I don't know what it is. The purpose is not for us to get fucking rock over them.
No, it's usually
But
for babies to eat, but hey,
Yeah, fuck those babies.
hey, they're the ones who covered them up, so now it's sexualized.
Yeah,
Sorry.
True. So the woman reportedly tried to push his hand away when he tried to touch her. Well, you're
At a
masseuse
massage, you're
table.
paying for this.
Right. You're paying to be touched. So that's a little weird unless he was like, oh, go
Yeah, it's like
jam
getting
my
up
fingers
into
in
there.
your
You see
vagina.
he pinching nipples and shit.
Yeah.
Might be a little appropriate if he's pinching the nipple, pulling a little
Yeah.
nipple.
It sounds like a little bit of Pepe Le Pew going on here. Just
Okay.
won't take no for an answer. He's just trying to get his hands all over. So and she quickly left the hotel before telling her family about the incident. So the masseur raped her 4 times while she was lying on her back. Now, I've had. Are you a connoisseur?
No, I don't do massages.
You don't do. You
No,
don't
Marina
do
will give me a
massages?
back rub every once in a while, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't like other people touching me too often.
I love a good massage. Back in the day, I'd get them all the time. My neck was always fucked up. My back's always been an issue.
I get it.
And when I actually had money, when people gave a shit about me and they paid me to do something or this show, I would get massages all the time. And so I've had hundreds of them over the
Yeah.
years. I suppose there's been a couple times when I've been on my back and had them like doing your jaw or your face.
I get the neck all the time.
Something. But I feel like 99. It's been a minute since I've been to one. I feel like 99% of the time you are on your stomach in that stupid donut.
That's
pillow.
usually where, like, when Rita and I give each other a massage, it's on your stomach. I mean,
Yeah.
I have had, like, something where, you're getting up in the shoulders.
Yeah,
like,
in
in
that
this
shoulder area. That's a nice
So the
spot
pit
right
area,
there.
yeah.
That's a good
where
one.
you're lifting everything on your shoulders. It's a
Yeah.
good spot.
It's a
So
great
maybe that's
spot.
where he went, like, trying to get this area, not the titty, but
And then he ended up all over titties.
he ended
and
up all over
machine.
titty, just turning nipples and shit.
Yeah. And so she told the Paris prosecutor's office after she told her family after a few days. The Paris Public Prosecutor's Office has been informed of this complaint. The preliminary investigations into the charge of rape were entrusted to the First Judicial Police District. Hotel's management said that the masseur no longer worked at the spa of the five-star hotel. Now, I don't know anything about this masseuse.
Yeah.
Or this masseur. Pepe Le Pew, we'll call him. How do you rape a girl 4 times in one masseuse setting? Like,
Well, she didn't even say, like, full on, like, he jumped on her and stuck his dick in or anything like that. It says...
but rape, that's what
Yeah.
rape is, right? Like,
Yeah.
you stuck your dick in a hole somewhere if
Yeah.
she's claiming rape, and it's not a hand.
This guy's got a lot of stamina, but also not a lot of longevity.
So he comes quick. That's fine.
Yeah.
Usually, I don't know about you, and maybe I'm the weird one. Once I nut, it's like, fucking get out. It's over.
Here's my question, though.
I'm
Would it be
done.
4 different rapes if he nuts between her? Or is he like if he starts
what I'm
raping her? Yeah, I was
gathering.
going to say, if he starts raping her and then, like, stops for, like, does he take, like, a 5-minute break? And then is it a different rape when he goes back in? Or
I think that's the same rape.
I'd say it's all the same rape for the whole session.
Yeah. If you come
Yeah.
and then go again, that's a
Yeah,
second
but
rape.
I feel like if you're still in the same session, if you're still like, if you're raping someone, you
Now,
turn out,
you
bust
nut,
a little bit, and then
you
go back
nut.
in.
If you come and then you go back, you retool and then go back in. I think that counts as 2 rapes.
See, I'd say it's like per session. I think it's like per moment you're raping.
Yeah, but then you're saying someone couldn't be repeatedly raped at a home invasion at the same night. Like it all happened on the same night. That
Well,
only
yeah,
counts
I
as
think
one
they
raping.
got raped as part of a home invasion.
Yeah, but I feel like you reset the bar. Like you level the table once you nut.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it's like you clear your head.
I
and
see
then
where
it's
you're
like,
coming from on it, because it is kind of like you get that post-nut clarity, and maybe you
Yeah.
get a quick second, like, maybe I shouldn't rape this woman, but then,
Yeah.
you get hard again. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. I often talked about when I was getting it 4 or 5 times a day, and I would run a
You're
little
getting
low
raped
fluids.
4 or 5 times?
No, I was
Okay.
getting it
okay.
early in a relationship. It's like I'm getting it 4
Like
or
a
5
context
times a
of
day.
rape. Hold on.
Jay
okay,
was
Mike?
Jay was saying without producing something fluid wise, it's not worth doing. And I was like, it can still be pretty fun, even and I was like,
Maybe. I don't know.
look,
He's a
when
lawyer,
you're-
not a doctor
Yeah.
in sex.
Yeah, but my point was when you're getting it 4 or 5 times a day, sometimes
call a
you're
real
right.
doctor in this.
Well, I am a doctor in sexology.
Now he would have a completely different
Yeah.
opinion.
I wonder what his opinion is on rape.
Well, that's all right.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Sure.
He'd be weird about it. It's probably not something you'd want to ask on the air because the answer might really bum people out.
Yeah.
When we started going down that road about like pedophilia, and he was like, "Well,
like, there's no well. Hold on.
No. Hold on. I'm going to stop you right there, Jerry. Right now, you have some fans here.
Yep.
So how about we don't talk about And I understand it's different for the gay community, and when Jerry's talking about being a younger gay man in New York or San Francisco,
Yeah.
there probably was a lot of, underage, and there's, I don't know, there's different levels of that, but there's a lot of gay guys. I know, who's the provocateur?
Oh, Milo Yiannopoulos.
Milo Yiannopoulos gotten a lot of shit for saying that.
Yeah, he was talking about how he got groomed as a kid, and then he
Yeah.
starts grooming people. It's like, hey,
Was he grooming
whoa.
people too?
I think he said something like, he's like, I do fancy the young people, whatever. I don't know, his fucking
Yeah.
British accent, but
Yeah, I remember him like saying how it was no big deal because older men were showing him the ropes when he was a kid.
Yeah.
kind of
That's
thing.
kinda what he was saying.
And he was like, "Dude, it's just not that big a deal in the gay community." And people were outraged, but they love being outraged at him no matter what.
Yeah.
I wish he'd come back. I love Milo. Anyways, I just find it like once you do it once,
yeah. Well, Milo did come back, by the way. He's just now straight and Christian. I'm not joking.
I know I've heard that too. Is that true?
I think so.
Where is he? Because he was banned from everything.
He's still banned from everything.
Is he? Not Twitter. He's got to be allowed on.
No, he's
X.
probably back on X.
Elon.
I'm not seeing a Twitter account pop up, though.
Yeah.
I just Googled, no, nothing Twitter.
Yeah. I find it impossible to believe you're saying someone raped you 4 times. That's saying that there was a start and a stop and a restart and a stop and a restart and a stop. That if you're claiming 4 rape sessions in one massage session, I got to call bullshit on that. Who wouldn't scream? It's not like you went to his house and all of a sudden he locked the doors and raped you repeatedly all night. And all you thought you were getting was a massage.
Yeah.
No, you're in a 5-star, the Ritz in Paris.
Yeah. You're in a public, and I feel like it's not like, did he go to the room and do this, or was it go to a spa and do this?
I don't know, but women can have blood curdling screams.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like you, even in a room, you definitely, if the room next to me is blood, screaming bloody murder, I might not go check on it, but I might call the cops and let them check on it.
Or you might call the front desk and be like, there's some bitch wailing in 403. I don't know what to do.
Saying something about get out of my ass.
Yeah. Stop raping me.
Yeah.
Really? You're raping me for a third time?
That?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really torn because I like to believe all women, no matter what. Because we all know,
obviously,
as we know, women are perfect. They've never
lie.
lied about anything, ever. And so knowing that men, especially white men, are all devils and evil. Yep. And when you know those simple facts.
Just know that all white people are fucking devils.
He said it.
He's not wrong. And when you get gentlemen like that establish the rules, and we know that women are not capable of lying or being evil or deceptive in any way, just by their nature, and all men are evil and white devils, especially us white ones.
Yeah.
It makes it's like I really want to believe the story, you know, because of everything I've learned about stuff like that. But it just sounds crazy. Like he would have to have a 15-minute downtime retool at a minimum. And then you start going from number 2. That's from 1 to 2.
That's what I want to know. How long was your session?
And 3 to 4? Are you? And even if their session was 12 seconds, that second session is going to be a lot longer. Third session is going to be much longer, and that 4th session is going to be
you can go all night
rubbed raw. You are rubbing shit raw.
Well, how long was the massage? That's what I want to know. Was this an all-day affair or just a 2-hour little rub down?
I have no idea, but it doesn't.
We need more details.
Yeah, we do. Oh, it's to the Astronom file.
To the Astronom file with that rape. Also, update on Milo Yiannopoulos. The last news story I got from here is from May 9th, 2023. Milo Yiannopoulos accused of using Marjorie Taylor Greene's money for Kanye West's campaign. The credit card fiasco explained by Forbes.
What?
That's the last headline with his name in it.
Oh, I think I remember that
he was using
Wait, I don't remember that, but I remember that he was going to work on
Kanye's campaign.
Kanye's campaign.
Yep.
I was thinking it was Marjorie Taylor Greene's. That's interesting.
No.
Okay.
No,
well,
he was stealing money from Marjorie Taylor Greene to pay for Kanye West.
Okay, that makes no sense.
Nope.
None.
Hey, look that one up on your own time. I'm going to get into this one.
Yeah, interesting.
The last pop-up he comes up.
All right, let's get out of here. I'll do a quick email from Douglas here, and we will call it a day after that. And remember, Easus will be in tomorrow.
So get ready for that.
Yeah.
Prep yourselves.
Exactly.
Put your headbuds on low. Earbuds.
Mike, every day I watch your guys' show on YouTube, and today was the first time your show was interrupted many times with advertising, let alone the advertising when you start the show.
Yeah, we got comments about that.
I sure hope you're getting more money from those motherfuckers, Doug. I don't know what that's about. I don't think we're getting any money from these motherfuckers.
No.
At all.
I finally found it. I've been looking all day. Every time we bring up Doug.
Play the full song.
All right.
We might as well. Friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him a best friend hug. Doug, oh, Doug.
But if he's been murdered by crystal
Meth tweakers,
then we're shit out of luck.
That's great. Keep an eye. Remember where the Doug song is.
And we got
always a good one.
Rack 3.
People love the Doug song. Yeah, I don't know what that's about with the advertising. I think most of our shit is demonetized just because of the content.
We just had a whole discussion about what constitutes rape.
Yeah, exactly. Like for 20 minutes.
Using the word too. Like we didn't
like
fucking sense of that one.
No. I noticed that too, that a lot of people will
Yeah,
even if
like,
they say sex, they'll be like
R star PE. I'm like, I know what you're fucking saying.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. Stop treating me like I'm a toddler.
It's that old Louis C.K. joke. It's like, you can't say the N word. It's like, we know what you're saying. You're putting it in my head now.
Yeah, exactly.
You're making me say it.
They know what they're doing. Take ownership. You said it. No, I see that where they're bleeping out like rape, sex, anything.
Our show is going Rumble only.
Yeah. Put the H on the end of it. All right, let's get out of here.
I put the H on it to emphasize it's nigga.
There you go.
That's how we'll go out today.
And that's how we'll go out.
And that's why we're humble too.
We'll be back tomorrow, folks. Hope you enjoyed tonight. Thank you, Garrett, for being here. I appreciate it, buddy.
No problem.
And we'll be back tomorrow. Easus will be here with us, and I'm sure he'll be whining about something. So have a great rest of the day. We'll talk to you all tomorrow.